Hello, Eurovision fans. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. I haven't done a Eurovision 2024 latest news update in quite some time, and I want to do that today. The reason is that I've been moving house and I had a lot of things on my plate. But from now on, I want to do these videos regularly again, and I'll also start posting other videos again as well. So thank you for staying with me through this time. Eurovision 2024 is knocking on the door. It's 36 weeks still till the grand final in Malmö. However, since yesterday, the 1st of September, songs that were published from yesterday onwards can participate in Eurovision 2024. So we can say that the season has officially begun, and we can say that even more because Belgium has actually announced their artist, the first artist for Eurovision 2024. It is singer and actor Mustii, and I'm quite excited about this choice by the Walloon broadcaster in Belgium because he is a well-established actor. He's been nominated for his acting as well as his music. He's had 2 top 5 albums in Belgium. Is an established name, and I listened to a few of his songs. They are quite mainstream, radio-friendly English pop, but I do think that being an actor, he will have a lot of stage presence, he has a lot of experience, and he will also have the kinds of songs that work at Eurovision, kind of like for the Netherlands in the last couple of years, except maybe this year. And I kind of feel like it's a continuation of Blanche and Loïc Noté, so I'm quite excited and I have very high expectations for Belgium. Let me know in the comments which of his songs you like already. He has also been a judge on Drag Race in Belgium, so we have another very proud member of the LGBT community after Gustav from Belgium, and I really have to say I like that very much. Very high expectations. I hope Mustii can fill them. Then we have had a few more confirmations. This is the standings from the last video a few weeks ago, but now we have a total of 30 countries. As I just said, Belgium has confirmed participation, as has Greece. Luxembourg is returning, of course. Portugal will be in Sweden. This is the first time in 3 Swedish hostings that Portugal will actually be there. They weren't there in Malmö in 2013. Or in Stockholm in 2016 because of financial issues. So Portugal is finally going to compete at a Eurovision in Sweden again. San Marino will have Una Voce per San Marino again, which is also great. And the United Kingdom has confirmed their participation, even though they're not working with TAP anymore. They will probably still have an internal selection. And then also Albania, the country with the earliest national final usually, the Festivali Cengiz, which will also be happening this year and will be the national final for Eurovision 2024. 30 countries, that's a very good number for the beginning of September, but of course we're hoping that at least 10, 12 more countries will join as well. However, we've also had a confirmed non-return, and that is Andorra, very unfortunately. So San Georgi had been fighting to bring the principality back to Eurovision, but it won't be happening next year, unfortunately. However, Monaco now finally has a national TV station again. They are based in a city in France, and they have started broadcasting yesterday as well on the 1st of September. It's not quite sure whether they will be able to join the EBU in time to participate in Eurovision. I'm quite sure that it won't be possible for next year, but the channel exists, it can join the EU, and that means that in 2025 we actually might see Monaco back at Eurovision. They certainly have enough of a budget to finance a participation in Eurovision, I do think. Now, another possible return in 2025, not next year, is Slovakia. The head of the Slovakian national channel RTVS, the head of marketing, actually has said that they are planning with returning to Eurovision in 2025, possibly. And it also has the support of the general director of the national broadcaster. There has been a change in the financing structure of the national channel in Slovakia, which gives them a bit more leeway to possibly participate in Eurovision. Nothing has been decided, but it looks a bit better than it has in the last couple of years at least, and having Slovakia back would be wonderful. Now let's go to Cyprus. There has been some more fame story drama. This has been a topic in every single one of my news videos since the very beginning, I think. As you remember, Cyprus wanted to organize a casting show called Fame Story to find their representative in Eurovision 2024. The problem was that they were going to do that with the Greek private channel Star Channel, and the Greek national broadcaster was not happy about that because they said that the Eurovision brand in Greece belongs to them. They complained to the EBU, and apparently Cyprus has decided that it's not worth the fight, and they have decided that the casting show will no longer be the national final and that they will have an internal selection. People have been speculating about Eleni Foureira and whoever it could be, but they will be announcing the name next week. Very exciting, and some more topics for my next Eurovision latest news video. Who would you like to see Cyprus represent Cyprus at Eurovision 2024? Let me know in the comments. Next up, we have a topic that has been going around social media for quite some time, and that is banning AI at the Eurovision Song Contest. The Deputy Director General of the EBU, Jean-Philippe de Tender, I love that name, has said that they are reflecting on how to include this in the rulebook, as creativity should come from humans and not from machines, and that people performing on stage and writing songs should be the ones rewarded and not some AI algorithm. I think this is a very important discussion to be had in the music industry in general, but in a competition like Eurovision especially, and I do think that they should include this in the rules. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I just don't think AI created songs will really touch us the way that human created music will, and also we need people to really be able to live from their music, and if an algorithm can write the songs, that's just not the case anymore. So I'm very much for including this in the rules as well. I'm not 100% sure whether the Georgian song this year, especially the lyrics, might have not been created by AI actually, because they were so strange. But I don't know. In general, I think it's important to include this in the rules indeed. Now let's go to the rumor mill. This is something that made a lot of waves, I think 2 weeks ago, and that is the rumor that the EBU is thinking about including a second chance round that is in some way connected to TikTok. There isn't a lot of information, which makes me think that this is definitely just a rumor. However, I have thought in some semi-final situations where one semifinal is very strong and the other is quite weak, whether it would make sense to have the last four, like 9th, 10th, 11th place, and then also 9th, 10th, 11th place from the other semifinals, so it would be 6 actually, compete again for a place in the final. The problem with that is that people will know that these songs just barely scrape through and might not vote for them because it's clear that they're not going to win Eurovision. So I'm a bit apprehensive about this whole idea. Let me know in the comments what you think, but I don't necessarily think we need that, especially because I have the feeling that the rules are already quite complicated for the casual viewer, and they're a bit confused with the split with juries and televote and then the points appearing, and if you add another aspect, it might just be a bit too complicated for them. We can't just think of ourselves, we need other people to watch the show as well, otherwise it will not be around for much longer. Let's go to Finland as well. Käärijä has been given a mural. His hometown Vantaa, I'm probably saying that wrong, Vantaa, has decided that they want to have their local hero on a big wall in the city. There has been a big competition on which mural should be chosen. Thousands of people have voted, and then 2 proposals were in the last stage, and Käärijä himself got to choose the mural that you can see here, and it's actually being painted on the wall at the moment. I think they might actually be done by now, and I think this is just a great recognition of Käärijä by his hometown, and it also shows how big the Käärijä euphoria in a way is in Finland still. He's still charting, the song is still everywhere. There's lots of products with his name on it. I also saw, so I'm really, really happy for him especially. Now, some sad news from the UK. Mae Muller had to cancel her tour. She says, "Hello, my stunners. Unfortunately, I have some sad news to share with you. It's honestly hard for me to write this, but due to factors out of my control, it is with the heaviest of heart I have to tell you my headline tour in November will no longer be happening. I am quite sure that the reasons outside of her control are the ticket sales. And I do feel sorry for her. I want the best for her. But when you look at the Eurovision performance, I would personally not pay to see something like that on a stage and pay quite a lot, I guess, for these tickets. So I can kind of understand that people weren't really interested in it, but still very sorry for her. However, some good news from the United Kingdom. As I said, the UK will be doing an internal selection, most probably. However, the BBC One, the main channel in the UK, will show all 3 shows of Eurovision. Both semis will be on BBC One and the grand final, which is such a big change to the last couple of years where Eurovision was laughed at. Now it's really an event that the BBC apparently wants to continue to support. And I can only support that as well. Now, let's get to my song tip. I found this in my Spotify release radar, and that is Theodor Andreii, the Romanian representative from this year. He has released a Eurovision Medleys EP. If you liked his voice and didn't really like the song that much, this is for you because he sings a lot of the songs of 2023 in his own style and in his own voice. To me, sometimes it's a bit too much, but I think if you like this style of singing and this style of music, you will definitely love this. And I have a second one this time because I found this so funny. This was also in my release radar, I think. Croma Latina Due Vite, the Italian entry from this year by Marco Mengoni, in a Latin Bachata version. I mean, I love Latin music, so this was really for me. I love Due Vite, and listening to the song in this Bachata version was just too funny to me, especially because the pronunciation is not 100%, I think, in some cases. It's more Spanish than Italian. So listen to this. It's really, really fun. And it's just also a good piece of music to listen to. It's not just funny. Then I have a chart update for Eurovision 2023. We have one Eurovision song that is going viral in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in Tunesia, and also in Morocco and Algeria, so in Northern Africa and Southeast Asia. And that is, you won't be too surprised, Tutu, our winning song from Eurovision this year. It is currently on Shazam, number 2 in Malaysia, number 2 also in Portugal, going up there, number 3 in Indonesia, number 3 in Morocco, number 3 in Tunisia, as you can see, and number 3 worldwide. So it seems like Tutu might have a second life and grow again and become a hit maybe in autumn. I really, really hope that that is the case. Tutu is also a giant hit in France. It has now entered the top 10 in France. It was number 7 last week. Now it's number 8. Great, great success. So many weeks after Eurovision. So it kind of got there on its own, I think. It's number 4 in Airplay still. Great success as well. Number 8 in Spotify and number 6 on Shazam. In France, congratulations to Loreen. And all of the success in the world has also meant that Tutu has overtaken Euphoria in the number of streams. And it is now chasing ABBA and Waterloo to really become one of the most successful Eurovision songs of all time, especially in streaming. And it still has around 1.3 million streams per day, which is quite a lot, I do think. And then Coracao has been awarded a gold disc in Portugal. I'm so happy for her and for the song. It is a song that deserves a gold disc, and I couldn't be happier. And Cha 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 by Käärijä has also reached 100 million streams on Spotify and joins the elite group of Eurovision songs that have achieved this goal. Now, this is all I wanted to say this week. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, for coming back after so many weeks. Let me know if there's something with the acoustics or the visuals that is different from before that I can tweak. I'm in a new room, in a new environment, so I'm still figuring things out, kind of. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one if you want. See you then, and bye-bye.